Guys, welcome back to Manc Pod. We are here again on Zoom because we are busy girls. So here we are, we're back from Ibiza. If you've not already, make sure you're following us on the socials, Instagram and TikTok, and keep engaging with us, please, because we absolutely love it. Right, so we have been to Ibiza.
We have got a lot to catch up on, guys. It's going to be a wild one, so strap in.
We do. And everyone, I think the top thing off the back of this is everyone has come back ill. Like everyone is
Very
poorly.
ill. We're all so run down right now. Literally got sunburn coming out of our ears. We've got the flu. We're just, yeah, not good. Not good.
Yeah, everyone's voices are gone. I definitely feel responsible for the illness because it hit me whilst we were in Ibiza and I had no
Yeah, and
voice.
then you were.
Yeah, literally lips in all the girls. Yeah, because I'd been away the weekend before and one of my girlfriends were ill and I was like, stay away, stay away, stay away. And then
So
when
you're to blame.
yeah, oh yeah, and I've messaged her to say just FYI, you have made all my other girlfriends poorly. So she's
I
apologized.
actually thought it was the Ibiza flu because I wasn't actually batting an eyelid to the fact that I got it from when I was away. So the
Yeah.
fact that you gave me makes me feel better because at least then it's your germs.
Yeah. Those germs are flying around. But
Yeah, yeah.
we had the best time, didn't we? And I feel like one thing to mention off the back is all of the worry over outfits and all the anxiety and stuff. The moment that you're there, it just disappears, doesn't it?
We didn't think about it once. So we literally we flew at 6 a.m. So we had to get there for 4, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we got off the plane and went straight onto the boat. So we had to have a change of clothes in our bags. We'd already had a tipple at the airport. People had tipples on the plane. We got to the beach. These guys like loaded us and our cases onto this little
Thingy.
speedboat, which was super cute. And then we offloaded onto this lake. What would you call it? It wasn't like a catamaran, but it was a bit similar to a catamaran, right?
Yeah, I would probably call it a catamaran.
So everyone put like little like bikinis and cover-ups in their like hand luggage, which was quite good. That was a very, very good little tip. I definitely think that was as much as I was like, oh, I don't really want to be getting changed on a boat. It wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it was fine because the boat that we were on had like a little indoor area which had like 2 beds and a kitchen. And other than the fact it was like a sauna in there, it was a great place to be able to get ready and then get out onto the boat. And you know what? It really was a kickstart into our halls, wasn't it? Straight
It
away
really, really
off the
was.
plane on a boat, and then we
And
had
it
8
was
hours on a
hot.
boat. It was hot.
Yeah. I mean, we all wore like obviously sun cream and stuff, but we all still got so red that day. The
Yeah,
UV was like 8 out of 10, which I would not recommend, guys. So if you're going
yeah.
to go to Ibiza, take factor 50 because it's not big, it's not clever. And even someone with tanned skin can burn. I have started peeling all around my forehead, which is not
Well,
good at all.
we're not on 4K this week, honey. We're on Zoom, so no one can see the.
Thank God for that. The pixelated is doing me favors.
It is doing you favors, but it also you're gonna burn when you fall asleep for 8 hours on a boat, aren't you, Liv?
I wouldn't call it a sleep. It was more of a little nappy poo. It was like a
Really?
20, yeah, 20 winks and I was good. But then I came back for more. I had another little sesh. I had another 20 winks.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I came back for more. Those drinks are strong, honey. I had
You
to
were
get rid of them somehow.
you were well rested. That is all I
I
will say.
was.
By that evening, everyone was kind of. We'd gone out for dinner to this place called Casbah, which we go to every time, and we really should mix it up. But the food is really good, and it's you get the
Patasas
gorgeous
Bravas
sun.
is next level, guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the patatas bravas, stunning. Um, and it was yeah, we love it there, and you get the sunset, which obviously if you're in San Antonio, that's kind of part of what you're going for because it's really maybe like the not nicer side of Ibiza. Really, you maybe want to be on Playa del Bossa, which is a nicer part. But if you're going to be in San Antonio, you might as well get a nice sunset spot. But everyone was kind of feeling a little bit tired. We'd been up since 4, 3 to get to the airport for 4. We'd then been in the middle of the ocean with the sun beaming down on us all day, drinking gin. So the majority of us were a bit like, flagging. Liv, on the other hand, was looking spicy AF and
No,
was well
I
rested and was probably ready to party, and just
I was.
just slipped accidentally into Mambo's, but we didn't,
Oh,
did
that
we?
would have been great. That would have been so good. Yeah. We just didn't, because I didn't sleep the night before, basically, on the run up to it, because we had to be at the airport for 4, which meant we were getting picked up at like 3:30, 3:15. So like by the time I'd packed, had a shower, sorted all my stuff out, I must have had like half an hour. And I just don't sleep well before a holiday anyway, because I'm worried about oversleeping.
Yeah,
So by the time we'd got there and got through passport security, that's when it hit me. But I slept a little bit on the plane. But yeah, the boat was definitely a vibe. I would definitely
yeah,
recommend napping on the boat.
yeah.
And then well, at least then we were rested, because then on Saturday we went to Ants, which was so good.
It was great. It was a vibe. We went for a little drink before, didn't we, to this place called Zanzibar, which is just next to
Yeah,
Ants. Um, we got a taxi over there, didn't we? This like bougie taxi. It was so fun. It had a
yeah.
table on it. They had a little fridge in there for us. So
It was
we
like a party bus, wasn't it?
yeah, so we had a party on the bus, didn't we? And that was great. Then we went and got a little cocktail before we went in, because apparently the queues for Ushuaia can get crazy.
Huge.
And if you not like, you buy tickets, don't you, for to be in before a certain time. So it's like, be in before 1 o'clock, it's like €30. Be in before 4 o'clock, it's like €40. Before be in before 6 o'clock, €50. So we got
Yeah,
that one. But even if you're in the queue, if you've not actually made it through by
by that
your
time.
time, even though you're already in the queue, they'll charge you
But
to then come in for the next slot, which is annoying. So we're all cautious girls, aren't we? So we were like,
yeah.
let's get there early, and then if there is no queue, it's fine, we can go for a drink. So we went for a little drink and a little bite to eat beforehand, and then we bought a package, actually, didn't we, for Ushuaia, which I actually think was really, really worth it and made it not feel so
It
expensive.
was. I know. And to be fair, like I'd already had quite a few tipples. I had 3 cans in the hotel room, a can on the bus, a couple of cocktails in Zanzibar. So by the time I got to Zanzibar and I was buying the £100 package for the drinks, I was saying to Sass, my sister, I was like, should I buy 2 packages? And Sass was like, no, I don't think you should. And I was like, no, I think I should. And she's like, just do 1 package. And if you want another one, buy another one. And I'm so glad she did, because actually that ended up lasting me like all night.
Mm, yeah, I think those drinks, because what we did learn from the waitresses in there is that in Spain, their single is our double, so their single's 50 ml.
Yeah.
So for anyone who was asking for a
A
double, they were
double. You're
actually
getting a
getting
triple,
a
quadruple.
quadruple.
Mad.
But I know one of our friends, she didn't buy the package and she just got one drink. And I think she did get like a double vodka Coke, and it was like €45 for a double vodka Coke, which actually was a quadruple, sorry. So it's probably not so bad, but it just felt so steep if you didn't buy that
Yeah.
package. Because that
I
package worked
definitely,
out at £20, €20 a drink, which is like £18. So for a
yeah.
double, it's fine.
There's definitely a cheat sheet. Like, make sure you're pre-booking your taxis to and from. Make sure you're looking at the drinks packages that you can get beforehand, and then you will definitely save like loads of money there.
Yeah. And also, like the men in Ibiza, they like the boys that we met, I didn't feel like were sleazy or, were trying to get it. They just want to have a good time, and a lot of the time just want to show you how much money they've got. So they'll just buy drinks, and a lot of the time they'll buy like a 3 litre bottle of Ciroc or Belvedere vodka or something, and then they're just sharing it out and just
Just
pouring
pour
it
it
in
into
the
the
drink.
glasses. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
a little. Do you want a glass of champagne? Yeah, so they're pouring it. So actually, realistically, you don't need to buy anymore, because it's going to be poured for you or bought for you,
Yeah.
and it's
Although there
fine.
was a group of 2 guys in particular that came over and was like, we're in VIP, we're in VIP. And he was like, how many people? And we were like 9 of us. And they were like, we can do that. And I was thinking, I don't think you can. Anyway, they took us past the VIP to another VIP area, which we didn't want to go. And they got this little bottle of vodka, and we were like, that's not going to do 9 people. So they were like, screw this, we're going to go.
Yeah, I remember that actually. I'd forgotten about that because obviously VIP was that kind of bigger space by the pool, wasn't it? And then they ended up taking us up to the sun terrace
But
for
they
this
had a little VIP area up there, but it wasn't a very good VIP. I don't know who they thought they were. They just weren't
VIPs.
VIPs. No,
But
they were
also,
wannabes.
yeah, wannabe VIPs. But also, the sun was so hot. It was like, what, 33, 34 degrees in the middle of the
So
afternoon.
hot.
We were in our full glam. We just wanted to be away from the sun, didn't we? We wanted to just be
Yeah,
in
we
the
wanted to be in
shade.
the shade.
Yeah, so and where we were, because it was lower down and close to the bar, I felt like we
Yeah, it
got the
was
shade
shaded.
quite soon, which was good. And also, for us millennials, some of the girls don't have a very good back, and they needed a little somewhere to perch.
A little sit down, yeah. So they sat on that
And
little balcony bit, didn't they?
yeah, they sat on that little ledge, which was actually really helpful.
Although one of the girls, we were all wearing like flat sandals, like chunky sandals and Doc Martens and boots and stuff and like cowboy boots. And one of the girls was wearing like a full-on stiletto wedge, which I thought was so brave. But honestly, by halfway through the day, they must have been absolutely killing.
Yeah, they were because they ended up, one of them was tied around my bag for the rest of the afternoon. Because I was
Oh
like, you
God.
can't carry those around because they were like this big. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she had
yeah.
one attached to her, I had one attached to me. But I thought, well, you know what? It just means that we're extra safe because if anyone comes near us, we can knock them over the head.
I mean, a lot of us wanted to go high after ants, but we were so hungry, hadn't eaten all day. So
Mm-hmm.
we did need to head back to base and eat and recoup, etc.
Well, because we had a big day then, didn't we, the next day? But
Yeah.
it was funny because we've got to tell the story about the taxi on the way back. Because on the way
Oh
back
my God, yes.
from um on the way
I
back from
died.
died. On the way back from Australia, obviously we're all steaming.
Lit. We
Yeah, we're lit.
are very, very lit.
Yeah, and our pre-booked taxi, because Sensible was there waiting for us, picked us up.
Debbie Day.
Yeah, and then one of our friends was going, "Can you put the aircon on? Can you put the aircon on?" Next minute, we had a full set of Akon playing. It was
I'm
all
locked up, they won't let me out. And we were absolutely vibing, but I was so confused
as
as to
to why.
why Akon was playing back to back.
Yeah, but then it all makes sense that because she was asking for aircon, he thought Akon. And he was like,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, fine, I'll give you Akon. And was just blasting out tune after tune. But we were loving life. Like,
yeah,
honestly, I would
yeah.
have quite happily sat in there and let him do a few more laps of the island
Yeah, me
because
too, me
it was
too.
a vibe.
It was so good. That was so funny. I mean, we slept like absolute babies. Is that the night that we went to Pizza Hut?
Yeah, and you ordered €60 worth of pizza for you and Sass.
No, it wasn't 60 euros. It was two pizzas and two wedges, and it came to 60 euros. That's how
Yeah,
expensive it is, guys.
that's what I mean. €60. That is wild. But
That
it
is
tell you what,
wild.
it looked tasty, that pizza.
Listen, when you haven't eaten anything all day, nothing had touched the sides, that pizza was an absolute win.
I mean, how long have you not eaten carbs for? That's the thing. You've not touched them for like 6 weeks before Ibiza.
Six
So,
weeks, yeah. I
so
know.
that pizza was that needed to be a
No
decaf, a thick
takeaways.
crust.
Yeah, honestly, it was like the best thing I've ever tasted.
Oh, yeah, it looked so good. And that garlic sauce.
And we were donating to Steph's foundation with the crusts.
Yes, we were. Why did we donate? Why were we
I
donating
don't
to
know. I think you were trying to make Steph eat because she hadn't
probably?
eaten all day and she's like eating is cheating and you were like Steph babes you need to eat and then we were literally like donating all our crusts.
That
Honestly
was it.
guys, I had my hair up. It was so hot. So I had my hair up for ants just because it was just easier. It was off my neck, away from my face, and I hate it when it's like down. And even though I look like bald. And so when I came home, I was like taking all my pins out, taking all my bobble out, etc., etc. And honestly, I looked like a cross between Edward Scissorhands and Hagrid. I literally looked like a scarecrow. But honestly, it was just laughs, wasn't it, from start to finish?
It really, really was. Because I remember when we were in Pizza Hut, now you've reminded me that I was like, Steph, you need to eat because if not, you're going to be ill. And then tomorrow you're not going to
Yeah.
be fresh. Like, just eat to soak a bit of it up. She's like, no, no. So I was like, right, well, I'm going to take it home. I said, and I bet you any money when we get home, you'll eat it. So I genuinely think we carried around one slice of thin crust shit cardboard pizza to donate. And then when we got back,
It
we
looked
picked it
so
up.
dry.
It was absolutely terrible. I was looking at yours like,
Yeah, mine was good. Mine was like stuffed crust a lot, mate.
oh yeah,
I was not scrimping and scraping on that.
you were not. It was worth the €60 that you spent for sure. And then when we got back, next thing we get knock, knock, knock. Steph opens our bedroom door, and Edward Scissorhands, aka Lives, comes in with a slice of pizza, going, "We're going to here to donate to the Steph Foundation pizza." And we were
Oh
like, "What are you
God.
doing?" And I think it was either that night or the night after that I had to walk you out of the room. I was like, "You need to get out." I think maybe that was the next night.
Is that the
Because you
next
came
night?
in, we didn't realise the door was open, and you and Sass come bouncing into the room. I think it was after Ocean.
Oh yeah, it was open.
And I was like, "What are you doing in here?" And you're dying laughing. And then I'm like, "Right, you need to leave." I was like, "We're up in
Oh
sleep."
God. I know, literally. I think I packed. I packed when I was drunk. And then the next day when I woke up, I was like, what the hell? Like, what the helly though? I was literally
Ridiculous.
like, I was still steaming. Let's go for
But yeah,
Ocean. Ocean.
yeah,
So Ocean, we got there quite late, got there like 3 o'clock-ish.
yeah,
And it was a champagne spray party. We had 8 bottles of fizz on ice with mixers, and we had a bottle of gin.
yeah,
Safe to say, we were absolutely trolleyed. They give us four at the beginning and then four at the end to try and space it out. And let me tell you, praise the Lord for that, because otherwise I would have been carried out of there.
yeah, 100%. Like they gave us eight, and then we had two bottles of champagne to start with, as well as the gin
Yeah,
and everything else. And
yeah,
then the moment that you tiptoe over to a jacuzzi or you go anywhere, next thing I this girl came over to me, and I only remembered this yesterday, with a cup, and she was like, "It's tequila." And for whatever reason, all that don't speak to strangers and don't accept drinks off strangers goes out the
is
window.
no longer relevant.
No longer relevant. So I took this, have a swig, and it's pure tequila. And I'm like, oh my God, it was maybe only 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, oh my God. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll donate it to the Steph Foundation. So off it goes across the jacuzzi to the other girl. And I was like, oh, girls, have a drink, have a drink. And they were like, what is it? What is it? I was like, oh, I don't know. And they were drinking it. And they were like, this is awful. And I was like, I know, but whatever. You just, and then again, it's that whole thing of you go and you think, oh my God, a bottle of vodka is €500 for a litre. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous. €300, something like that. And then it's actually like you don't need to worry because we already prepay for a package anyway, don't we, in a bed? And
yeah,
then by the time that's finished, drinks are flowing from every single angle. Girls, boys, there's just so much alcohol there. People have these
yeah.
three,
Everyone's just like giving it away, aren't they, at the end?
they are like people have 3 litre bottles of vodka or gin or whatever. And
I'm pretty sure we drank everything though, because I made sure of it.
yeah,
I literally was like, Sass, you need to go around and top everyone's drink up. And when you come back, I'll get the bottle, then I'll top everyone's drink up. And then when I ended up on the dance floor, I was like, my glass was just getting filled.
yeah, yeah. I remember because you get moved. We got a sunset terrace bed, and then at like 10 o'clock that shuts, and you get moved downstairs to another bed. I remember we were next to some boys that a few of us had met earlier on, and they had one of the 3 litres, and I was just sat next to it. So whenever I wanted a drink, I was just pouring myself a vodka from theirs, topped up with champagne or cava, and whatever juice was lying around. So absolutely like just steaming. It
Yeah.
was wild, but so much fun.
Honestly, it was the best time. I think across between like the day and the night, and then you saw like the sun setting. It was beautiful. The DJ was good. Like it was just absolutely
Yeah,
brilliant from start to finish. And
it's
then we
always
came home, and I melted myself into a kebab because I was so hungry. Because I had again I had like a chicken salad. That was it. But even for the food, like. The food was really good, and I don't think it was that expensive. It was like €22 for like a meal, or like €25, and we paid more than that at sunset bar that we were at the night before.
Yeah, I know, I know. I definitely don't remember it being as reasonable at Ocean as it was this time, but maybe that's just because we have a bit more money this time. I don't
I
know.
think as well, like we've been on other holidays, like we've been to expensive holidays, like I've been to Vegas, been to Dubai, and obviously they're quite expensive places to go
Yeah,
to. So by the time I got to Ibiza, I was actually like, this is actually not bad. Like
yeah,
you would, it is expensive for what it is compared to England, but actually you'd probably still pay it because you're on holiday.
definitely.
It
And
is
you're
what it
having a
is,
great
isn't it? You know
time.
you're spending it, and when you're on holiday, it's like Monopoly money. It's not real, is it? So
Yeah, of course. Do you know what I always find about Ocean is there's like a switch in the night where
yeah,
things just go from sane and
feral.
beautiful to feral. And like I was
I
chatting to
fell
one of our
asleep in that transition last time, so I didn't
kids.
actually see it come alive. But the only way to describe it, guys, is like in Mean Girls when Lindsay Lohan is talking about it being like part like the jungle in school, and then people are going from being normal to like fighting and throwing stuff around the corridors. That's the only way to explain it.
It is. Like, I always find it absolutely shocking that we can end up moving from one place to the next and then we can get absolutely feral and then go home and we still go home with every single person's phone, purse, bag, shoes. How we do that is absolutely beyond me. I don't
I
know
have
how
no
we do it.
idea.
But
I thought I lost a ring and then I found it when I got home.
actually, do you know what I do have? Stay there.
My fan. Oh my God. And it's still not broken. Do you know
Yeah.
what? I literally was so sad. I said to Sass about 6 times, I'm so sad I've left my fan, I've left my fan, left my fan. That makes me so happy. I'm going to grab that from you when I see you.
Yeah, I've literally put it on
Oh
your chair.
my God. That's so cute.
It's
Do
on
you
your
know what I'm
chair
going
in
to
the
do with it?
studio.
I'm gonna frame it
Yeah, you should.
because I think
You
it'll look
should.
really cute.
Yeah.
We
I
got
got
some really
home.
good souvenirs, guys. Honestly, the shopping, cause it's got so many shops there. That's like hippie shops. The food, the vibe, the whole package. I want to go back. Take us
Me
back
too. Not right now, but maybe in a week
when
or
I'm
two.
better.
Yeah. Yeah, when we're fully recovered. One of the things that I absolutely love about a girls' trip is obviously there's different things because obviously we're in different rooms. So it was Liv, Sass, and their other friend Charlie. Then me, Steph, and my friend Katie, and then our friends Elle and Nick. They were together. So we were across 3 rooms this time, and obviously you have your own perspective of what happened that holiday, and your own experience. And then when you get back, all of a sudden you're getting on the phone to your friends and you're like, oh, this was so funny. And then they're like, oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. And you didn't know that. So it builds an even bigger picture
Yeah.
of actually what happened. And it's like on your wedding day, obviously you live your own experience, but there's parts of your days that you weren't there for or you don't fully understand because you weren't properly across it. And that's what I've absolutely loved about this week is getting on the phone to Katie, getting on the phone to Nick, and being like, this happened. And it was only like
Oh,
yesterday or the day before. So I was on the phone to Nick, on the phone to Katie, and they were telling me like little bits of info. And it was only like yesterday or the day before that I actually found out about the whole aircon acon thing, which made me die. Because obviously at the time you're just in the moment. And then, some of the girls heard that whole situation happen. And did you get a note left in your room saying that we've not been able to tidy up because
because it's too messy of personal belongings, yeah. And it was an absolute pigsty, to be fair.
that it's things
It
like
was
that?
getting ready mess.
Of course, I mean it's a group of girls, but I absolutely died when I heard that because I was like, these are all things that because obviously you're in different room, you don't know what's happening. So to hear all of these little things, it just makes the whole trip even funnier because you're
Oh
like
my God.
the fact that you got a little note saying, "Girls, this is not
A pigsty,
acceptable."
yeah. Honestly. I mean, I am literally still recovering, and it's been like a good few days now. And
Yeah.
I am going away this weekend to Milan, which is wild, and I'm feeling like crap, but I know I'm gonna have the best time ever, but in my head I'm thinking, oh my God, why am I feeling so crappy?
Oh, I know, I know. I mean, listen, get yourself drugged up
And
on
now I can blame you. Now I can blame you.
yeah. I'm blaming my other friend. So yeah.
But yes,
I
we
know.
definitely need to get another one on the cards for sure.
I know. Well, I booked Bordeaux for next year, and then they've cancelled on me.
I know. But we'll get another one in for
We will get
sure.
another one in. And you know what? Everything happens for a reason. It wasn't meant to be. And one of my other friends, she has sent over a villa which looks absolutely unreal. But to be honest, I feel like I just need a hot second to stop planning for a minute and then get back on the planning hype.
100%.
Because
We
we
will be
know that
back with
I've got,
vengeance.
definitely. I know that I'm like, oh, I don't want to plan anything anymore. And then if anyone else planned it, I'd be like, what are you doing? This isn't good.
100%. Yeah.
I need to plan it.
I
So
think we definitely need to look at some options as well, because I think last time we were in an apartment and that works really well. But the one that you was looking at was like an Airbnb, like a villa style. So we just need to decide what we want, don't we?
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, listen, guys, this will all be coming your way because you are a part of our plans and our trips, and you send us all the great recommendations and things. So we will just keep you posted, but it won't be till next year anyway. But I'm sure we're going to have some little girly weekends away. We've got a little brunch plan, don't we?
Yeah.
Obviously, we have our little competition still running for a brunch for one of our lovely listeners and best friend. So hopefully we can give that away before Christmas. If not,
Fingers
literally
crossed. But by that point, we've been doing the pod for nearly a year.
that is wild.
It's our it's our, we've been doing it now for 8 months, which is wild.
Oh
So we've
my
not got long
God.
now. So we'll have to do something for the 1 year anniversary.
I think that sounds like a plan. We should
Yes.
organise, get some of the girls together, maybe have a little pod
Yes.
celebration.
100%. 100%.
That'd be well nice. Right. Well, I feel like this one needs to be short and sweet because we didn't really have a plan for today's pod other than let's reminisce on Ibiza because you and me haven't caught up properly since because we wanted to save it for the pod. I actually feel like there's still loads more to catch up on, but obviously you're not feeling great. I'm on the mend.
Sniff, sniff.
Sniff, sniff. We're feeling a little bit under the weather, a bit down in the dumps because you get the Ibiza Blues. But we will be back next week, fighting fit with loads of like good stuff, won't we?
100%. 100%. And we don't want to make this Zoom thing a habit, but bear with us if we do make it a few more times.
Yeah, I think just whilst, listen, we're working girlies, we are busy, and Liv's off to Milan.
We've got things going on.
We do. So we want to make sure we keep bringing it to you. So you might have a few more Zooms over the summer, but we move, don't we? We move.
We will love you and leave you and see you next week. Enjoy, guys.
Bye.